and then on another one,
Oh,
they had a little bit less shade, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't know.
God bless you, Eric. God bless you.
Eric is a straight professional.
Well, is he a straight professional?
No, he is a gay professional,
Okay.
but he is a straight up professional. Welcome to this week's episode of Where's My Invite with Billy and Joe. Thanks for listening.
We don't really have that great a weekly audience at this point, right?
Right, yet.
So, yeah, in theory, we're gonna look like idiots saying we don't have a huge audience. You know, when you, the listener, are listening to this now.
Yeah,
but right now,
whenever we're on episode 300,
right,
and we have like 1 million active listeners.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
Maybe not 1 million, maybe like 100.
Yeah, and for each, if you're here from episode 300, you know, why don't you tweet us something like a monkey? Tweet us a monkey, huh? Wouldn't you want to be bombarded by a bunch of monkeys? I don't know. What would you like to? Something.
Dog
pics. We want to see dog pics. Cute
corgi
dogs.
pics.
Okay.
Corgis.
Look, when you listen to this, you know, and this will help us. Tweet us, DM us, mention corgi. Sneak a corgi into something if you're regularly interacting with us, or if not, just tweet us a corgi picture.
Yeah, okay. Corgi picture.
All right, enough fucking around. Okay, we talked about the thing.
The owning your what was it? Homosexuality with the bros or something like that.
Right, we can go.
Maybe I put that a bit too literally.
Maybe the owning.
I don't remember what you said.
Okay, so, well, I don't know if this is going to be cut, but we're going to talk about ownership. Okay, this episode is going to be a huge part. It's the second part. The first part of this will be include home, right?
HomOwnership.
Yeah, so we'll go with the which one? Homo ownership or home ownership?
I don't know. Flip a coin.
Okay, why don't we go with the Homo ownership? Because I think that would be smaller.
Okay. Oh yeah, probably.
Or shorter. So I came up with this topic, right? And the idea is it's a very weird. If you're not a part of, I guess, the gamer culture. That is, or it's not even gamer culture. It's just like almost dude bro culture where like it's frowned upon if you don't, you know, offer to do some homosexual shit. Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't have to be two like straight guys to do it. Right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like with Eric, our gay friend, we same shit, you know, gay or straight. It's just, I guess I would say it's a guy thing. Isn't it? I don't know. Girls kind of do it too. Girls do it in a different way, I think, though.
I think it's more serious. I think there's like an actual thing. Like if I say I like Joe, let's kiss right now, we would approach, right? And maybe a little bit of pucker. And if you close your eyes, it's kind of sus at that point.
Right. But or open your mouth slightly.
But I feel like with girls, and at least this is my sort of interpretation. There's a little bit of there's a little bit of truth to it with them. I don't think there's a little bit of truth with guys too, right? But with girls, they're more cautious about it.
I think that with women, okay, I was going by Autumn. But she is actually kind of gay. So
actually gay or kind of like
bisexual.
You know. Okay.
Kind of. I know that's weird to say because
she's got. I know
you either kind of are or not.
I know what you're talking about. She's got bi-wife energy. Okay,
she's right.
I have to send you a TikTok or two.
She has she loves women. And I'm pretty sure I'm the only guy that she likes. Loves. I'm her husband. I hope she loves me. But she loves women. And
she's constantly retweeting stuff on Twitter celebrating other women.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
I haven't seen her tweet about where's my invite, the podcast with Billy and Joe. Autumn. Hello.
But I mean, I see women do the same thing, but I think you're right. I think there's a little bit more truth.
It's more serious. Maybe a little, it's slightly
right.
more serious. Like there, it's less. More serious is in like it's less of a joke, you know?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Autumn always says if I die, she's dating women, which I totally believe, 100%.
So you turned her off from any other man. Is that good or bad? It's got to feel good.
Yeah, pretty good, I think.
Because either you did so well, no one can live up to it, or, you know, you fucked it up for every other guy.
Right.
But I mean, you're dead at that point, so who cares?
Right. But what was I saying about women?
You want to rewind the tape?
No.
Oh, that is a loaded question. That can't be a good question to ask. What was I saying about women?
They're wonderful. Men don't deserve women. I mean, to be honest, dude,
that's very picky.
Guys, I'm married. I don't give a fuck.
That's true. It's the immunity.
Dude, it's so weird. Just knowing that a woman lets you have sex with her.
Okay.
Because we just flop around on them.
Sure.
And then go blah at the end. And, that can't be a great experience for women. I can understand why all women would be either bi or lesbian, honestly.
I think there's a very simple thing. I think I didn't realize how simple I was. I think I'm kind of sensitive and etc. And there's nuance to me, and I'm a person who can appreciate art, right? But then that really only lasts if you put me in comparison with another dude. As soon as you compare me, and I think with the average woman in general, right?
Right.
That goes straight out the window. Because isn't it the worst feeling? Like when you're annoyed about something, right? And you see boobs, right? And it just kind of goes away. And that's so annoying. That was so annoying for me, understanding that. I don't know, but I saw a cartoon today where it was the guy was having some sort of internal conflict, and then the cartoon girl this isn't Rule 34 or anything. Okay, it was her back.
Hentai.
Her back was turned. All right, now I have to look it up and clear my name.
I'm pretty sure I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't relate
today.
I can't relate.
You can't relate.
No, I've never been able to just look at tits and forget about my troubles. Autumn, she walks through the house naked.
Okay. Okay.
And
I'm assuming a lot of this will be cut. I'm assuming.
No, why would it be? I'm not cutting this.
Okay.
Autumn walks through the house naked.
Sure.
And sometimes I'll just walk in and she's shirtless. And every time I walk in somewhere, she screams because she forgets that I live in this house as well. But I don't know. I guess don't get me wrong. I still love breasts. I love tits. Of
course.
But maybe it's just so common for me that
maybe I'm
maybe I'm just such an anxious person also that no amount of tit can cure or even temporarily clear my mind. You know what I mean?
No, for me, it's the opposite. It's look at those. What was I doing?
Okay, but back to bromosexuality or
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
whatever it was.
Okay, this was a very fluid transition.
But excuse me. Yeah, so I think it is different with women, and I don't think women are so like forward about it. You know what I mean?
You know what? It might be because we're not in the girls' locker room. Maybe that's where it's at, or the girls'
that's
bathroom.
true.
It's
We're
a
not
mystical
women. We
place.
actually there's no way for us to know. But
That's
I
true.
also think women typically aren't as aggressive sexually, which is why so many men rape.
Oh my god! Don't have me laughing when you mention rape. I
You were
was
laughing,
at
but
the
you were laughing.
previous.
No, you were laughing before I said that.
I thought you were
But
saying
my
aggressively, like to the bros, not to like
no, I
in the
mean,
context of rape.
men are typically more aggressive
Okay.
in everything, in confrontations and in flirting and sex, and not everyone. There's some of those skinny nerds who couldn't be aggressive if their life depended on it.
Okay.
But typically, men are a lot more aggressive in every aspect than women are. And I've met some aggressive women. I gotta say, I like aggressive women. I
Okay.
like it when Autumn is aggressive and assertive.
Oh
I
my
like that. It reminds me of a Viking woman.
Right.
But I also like it whenever women aren't, and you gotta be the one to make the move. But most importantly, I like it whenever women are able to stand up for themselves and point a gun in a guy's face and be like, "Get away from me."
Okay.
Because guys deserve that most of the time. We're fucking. So many guys are just so fucking disgusting, and I didn't think that until I joined TikTok.
Oh my god.
TikTok has highlighted some of the worst men I've ever fucking seen. Like horrible.
I don't have this. I can understand that. I've seen like the 97%. I think that's been like a disputed number and stuff, but I mean, you think about it, and there's like some sort of microaggression to women that has been experienced, and like, the thing is, I think of it as like, 97%. That doesn't sound like, it depends what the definition was and whatever, and I don't know anything else, but there's like but it's conceivable to me that at some point some man was a fucking like jackass at some point, it me included, like maybe unintentionally, but like if that has happened, like it wouldn't surprise me, like that, guys can be dicks.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Autumn's told me a lot of stories where guys were dicks, and
when you get told these stories, it feels good because they're opening up to you, but like it's so shocking, right? Like
it is, yeah. Like I don't want to say I'm getting desensitized to it because I think that would give the wrong connotation.
Sure,
but like I guess I could say I'm starting to understand it more.
Yeah,
because like I was. This is going to be the most embarrassing thing I've ever said in my life.
Oh,
I hate admitting this.
I
used to be a Republican.
Oh, well, I thought this is gonna go worse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not at all a liberal either.
Okay,
but I used to be a Republican. I'm very ashamed.
Did you vote for Trump? Is the question?
No, fuck no.
Oh,
I stopped being a Republican before I could even vote, I think.
Oh, okay. So
I was just advocating hardcore for.
So you're talking about when you were probably like 16 in the Ben Shapiro audience.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Doesn't everyone kind of have that? I wouldn't say I've ever considered. I still don't consider myself one.
The last Republican that I really liked, that I would have voted for if I was old enough, was Mitt Romney.
I think I was in a similar boat. I think I liked Mitt Romney, but I think I would have voted for Obama at that time. And then I remember liking John McCain in that election. But I think at that time I was like 8?
I was going to say you were younger than me.
Yeah, so I mean, I still don't. I've sort of recently picked up sort of an interest in presidents, and I literally spent an hour yesterday. This might be embarrassing too, watching a guy rank the presidents on a tier list. And I watched the whole fucking thing. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't occur to me. It was an hour long, and it didn't occur to me to like put it on like 2 point, like 2 speed,
right,
until after. I could have saved, it was like 30 minutes. And I remember like him going through, like, I don't know. I don't think anyone sort of, once you get past like James Madison to like right before Abraham Lincoln, I don't know if anyone really has any interest in that. And then like there's only a few between Lincoln and like Teddy Roosevelt that I know. And then
I mean, I don't know a lot of the presidents.
Yeah.
But I was Republican. Ashamed to say it. I was Republican.
The party of Lincoln.
I have since, of course, moved away from the right wing. But I don't know why I was Republican. I have no idea. But actually, I do know. My parents are.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably.
Yeah, they're still. My parents are always like, we hate Republicans, but they love any Republican that's on the news. So figure that out. But what was me not? I'm not desensitized to the 97% like women being assaulted thing, but I understand it a lot more. Whenever I was a little shithead Republican, I probably would have just like, I would have been like, that
study is just all made up and
right.
Yeah. And but I understand that. I wouldn't say I ever thought of myself as like a Republican, but I've definitely, as I've grown up, or not even grown up, as I've grown older, I've become more and more liberal, which is I can't see myself voting for conservative policies at the moment. It depends. It like always depends what the policy is, but like if 5 years from now, I would be shocked if I hadn't voted for I wouldn't be shocked, but I would be surprised if I didn't vote sort of more liberally.
Yeah. But like with me being married to Autumn, I know Autumn has had troubles in the past. I'm not going to get into them because that's her personal business, but she has had troubles with men in the past.
Sure.
And I've met a lot of other women who have told me the same, and it really puts things into perspective,
right? And it's like it's not, and it's sort of a tough problem because like I'm not doing that shit that I know of, and if you do, like I think we're both like, if someone came out right and said, "Oh well, fucking Billy and Joe, these guys are fucking creepy motherfuckers," like I would be mortified. I would be terrified.
I would be too,
and like immediately apologetic, and like I don't think that was ever my intention at any point in my life, was to be like that.
Right, same. I don't ever recall a time when I've done that, but of course I might not have realized it.
That's right.
My social inabilities have also, I'm sure, put someone in an uncomfortable situation, but I don't realize that I'm doing that. And that goes for men and women. Like sometimes I just make people uncomfortable just because of I'm not good socially. Right. But
I think we both know what we're talking about. Like when someone like tells you like reveals like an uncomfortable situation that is sort of on that level, it's really eye-opening, and like you just hope you'd never done it before, and like you think through like any of the scenarios you've been in that were maybe even a little bit close to that. It's like, was that me? Did I do that when I was? I hope not. I should like apologize to this person.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just close your eyes and shake your head.
Oh, dude,
it's one of those cringy moments that you remember. But back to the bros.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like if I'm bros with someone, it's about to go down. You know what I mean?
No, explain.
I'm gonna tell them that their ass is looking fat.
Okay, you kind of got a dumpy back there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could bounce a quarter off that dump truck, my dude.
Yeah, I think Joe and I used to be in a group chat. And when I say group chat, I mean there was one other person called the boyfriends.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I love that name. I thought that was so funny. Because at the time, I think all three of us were in a relationship
Yeah.
with women, which I
I think
really
mine's
enjoy.
the
And
only
I
one
think you
that's
were married.
lasted. Yeah, mine's the
Oh
only one
yeah,
that's lasted.
that could. Yeah, well, yeah. That's why the group chats
And
died.
by
Because
the
now
way,
we're more insecure. Like, oh man.
whenever Autumn saw that group chat, she was like, "What the fuck?" And I said, "What?" And she was like, "The boyfriends." And I was like, "Yeah, it's Billy and Alex." And she was
Who
like,
Alex named that? It was. I know it wasn't me because I don't think I was that clever
"But yeah," I said it's Billy and
for
Alex.
that.
And she laughed and was like, "That's weird." And I was like,
We,
"You're literally bisexual, okay?"
I used to get man, back in when Corona first started. I used to wake up to like 50 messages a day, not necessarily from the boyfriends, but like just from classes, just from other people, like random people. Like now, it's since super slowed down for
Right.
me, but like uh, my ex girlfriend, she'd be like, "Oh, your boyfriends are texting you again," and I hate it and love that at the same time. That's so fucking funny to me. Like your boyfriends are texting you now. It's like, I'm so sorry. You're like, it's not my. I was asleep. You saw that. I was sleeping.
But yeah, I love that guys are just so comfortable with each other in that stage of friendship that we just, we
It's
get
awesome,
gay.
isn't
We
it?
get gay about it.
When I first encountered that, it's very shocking and like it's almost like something's wrong with you if you don't play along with it. It's like, hey, Billy, would you suck this guy's thing? I'm like, no, what the fuck? I'm not gay. Like,
Right.
I'm not gay. Like, I would not do that, and I'm still not gay. But like now, if someone says, oh, I'm giving him some sloppy toppy, right? That's what you got to say,
Right.
and it's always. I feel like this might be another difference between guys and girls. It's like guys kind of start off with as friends, like you kind of lose a friendship with a guy, whereas
Yeah.
girls you become friends, I think. Whereas for us, I'm sure there's plenty of people if that I don't think of today who could message me right now, and I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" It's like it's straight up to that bro status.
Yeah.
They're like, "What up, man?"
Yeah. I
I
mean,
got.
don't get me wrong. If just a random guy came up
Oh no, no.
to me and was like, "Hey, let me get that ass," I'd be like, "Go fuck yourself."
It's like, thank you. I've been
This
doing
is for the
squats, but
bros
also,
only.
yeah, yeah,
Did you have
yeah.
you ever seen that YouTube
It's an
video? That's
which
like
one?
that guy on Call of Duty. His name is Breaded Chicken,
I have not. I have not seen this, but
and he's just like he says something to these guys, and he's like, "Let me suck that dick," and then they're like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "What?" And they're like, "That's gay." He's like, "No, it ain't gay." And they're like, "How's that not gay?" He's like, "But you better shut up, for I suck your dick."
I
And
said
it
no
just keeps
homo.
going on
Yeah.
and going on. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, that is funny. But like there's sort of that expectation as well when gaming that like I don't know. I always picture the person I'm playing against is like a straight white like teenager. Always. I don't know. I don't know. I just find that's like generally who's going to speak back on the mic. Not that it's bad if someone else responds or says something,
Right.
but like that's probably who's going to respond to me. And the trick is to see if who it's like a game of chicken, right? It's like who can get away with saying the most, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. And it I don't know, it's a little bit different. I think right now with COVID, I think the
Okay.
dynamic has changed a little bit. Because you can't tell your bro that his ass looks fat because you can't fucking see it. And so things have
Okay.
changed a little bit. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's all over voice chat.
Dude, you've got your voice makes it sound like you kind of got a fat ass.
That
Like
deep rumble of your
did you
voice is.
did you sit down on a chair or was that like what was that in the background? Is that chair creaking? You got the dumpy?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a little bit harder, and I think you say some different things because you can't just compliment each other's appearance as much anymore. And like, you never post to Insta. I don't either. But I think it'd probably be a little bit easier if us guys were posting pictures of ourselves.
I love
more online, but
Instagram comments. Like, I don't know if you've seen my Instagram, the comments I get there. I fucking love it when the boys come out and just like give me stupid comment. I love that shit. Give me a dumb comment. I really enjoy. I've been thinking about sending out this tweet. Like, I really like how girls like compliment each other, right, on like Instagram. But what I really like is how guys have taken that. So anytime I see one of my dudes like posting something, I've gotta go, hey girly, hey bestie. I love that shit. I've been thinking of sending this tweet out, like, I just want to wake up to a hey bestie text tomorrow. Like, like, I just love all that. Like, dude, are you cold? I was like, so just like say some random shit like, is this guy a sniper? Because he just doesn't miss. Like, these are all comments I've posted, and I love reading all these comments and like all the like homoerotic comments that come from it. So one of the places, this sort of like owning, like the sort of this topic of like owning sort of like your homosexuality side, or like just saying some random like stuff like that, is on the Reddit r/NBA. I say r/NBA. Some people go rNBA, but like people will say like some random like shit about like the basketball players, like, oh my god, LeBron's shoulders, like this guy, like he could take me to town on those shoulders or something. Like, and it's pervasive, it's constant, it's everywhere. And the response is supposed to call the guy a nephew. You're like, nephew, please stop saying this shit.
Okay, so that begs a good question.
Okay.
We might have mentioned this briefly in some other podcast, but do you have any male celebrity that you would just let go to town on you?
Okay. The answer is
I do.
No. But the real answer is Bill Gates. Bill Gates recently is single. But listen, Bill, as a fellow Bill, I understand, and I understand now what it's like to be, as a fellow William, I should say. I understand. If you need some companionship in your $1 billion, also need someone to spend, I'm your man. I'm number one. I'm claiming that. Or Melinda, okay, now we're assuming Bill has already left. Melinda, I understand you might be in the market for a new Bill. Huh?
Also in tech, by the way.
That's true. I don't work for Microsoft, so that could be a bonus.
Yeah, maybe she's just sick of all the Microsoft shit.
I think the funniest sort of comment I managed to see on this was how they have to change on their divorces, how they have to change the name of the foundation. It's now the Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation.
I didn't.
That's what it's got to be. It's got to be that. Well, I don't think they've changed the name, but they're going to have to change it.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to be the Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation instead of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Well,
which I enjoy.
I'm not a gold digger.
Okay.
But like Kit Harington.
Kit Harington. He's 5'9", isn't he? He's kind of short. He's shorter than us.
Whatever, dude. He's fucking gorgeous. Have you seen him?
Kit Harington.
Have you watched Game of Thrones?
We've literally discussed Game of Thrones.
I know,
on the podcast,
but I'm doubting if you've even looked at him.
Well, here's the question: Kit Harington as Jon Snow, or just straight up Kit Harington? I'm assuming you would prefer him as Jon Snow.
Both.
Okay. I don't think okay, the real answer is no one for me. But I have enough self-awareness or awareness of other people to say, like, oh, this is an attractive man.
Oh yeah.
Like
I mean, obviously,
like Captain America
I just called Kit beautiful.
Oh yeah. And like Captain America, Chris Evans,
Yeah.
Dude is jacked. And I think this is the worst thing about guys going to the gym is like usually it's like maybe when you start going to the gym, it feels like you're trying you might be trying to get compliments from girls, right? Or something. Maybe more attention from women. Maybe that's one of your under hopefully it's really getting fit or something. But the worst thing is that people will compliment you. The compliments you receive come from other dudes. It's like it's appreciated, but also like not the target audience. At least for me, that's what I found.
Yeah. You need to. I just sent you that song. You need to listen to Denzel by Stephen Lynch. One
Okay.
of the funniest fucking songs I've ever listened to. Uh, he basically, him and his girlfriend or whatever, it's just his partner, singing partner,
Mm-hmm.
duetting partner. I don't know
Okay.
what it's called, but they're just singing about like if they could have a one night stand, who would they choose?
Okay.
And uh, she says like Leonardo DiCaprio, Rob Lowe, and Denzel.
Classics.
And
Okay.
then he says Beyonce, Anne Hathaway,
And
and
Denzel.
Denzel. And
That's
then
perfect.
it just goes on into that, and it's
Is that how they
so
switch
fucking
between each
funny.
other or something?
Do what?
Is that how they switch between each other?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
excellent.
so fucking funny. It's such a good song. It was me and Autumn listen to it almost every time we're in the car. It's so funny. Uh,
Okay.
but anyway, yeah, I'd let Kid Harington go to town on me.
As the
Another one
bottom or the
might
top?
either.
Either. You would
I
let him decide.
I would let I could switch.
Okay.
Also, maybe not now. He's gotten a little old.
Uh-oh.
And it's a little bit picking Mario.
Uh-oh.
Guess. See if you can guess who I'm talking about.
I've got a few thoughts, but I'm thinking you might have said someone like George Clooney if you're picking Mario.
Okay, George Clooney's a good one. He's also a
Yeah.
beautiful man,
I
but
think
not
I
the
think
one
these
I
are
was
solid.
thinking of.
How about you know what I was thinking of? You might pick
Hmm.
Daniel Craig.
I don't know who that is. Let me look that up.
James Bond? James Bond?
Oh, nah.
No? Okay, okay. I'll give one more guess.
Okay.
Harrison Ford.
Also a good one, but no.
Okay. I've used 3.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I understand. But you said Brad Pitt getting a little bit older. He is older for sure, like double your age.
I think he's also double my age. I think he's also aging pretty well, though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
But yeah, that's
your number 2.
that would be my number 2.
It's your
And
if
then
he was in his prime.
And then Denzel.
And then Denzel. Okay. Just cuz.
Just cuz.
Yeah, I don't
because.
I'll be honest, I don't think about this, right? But I don't have any that come to mind. But I can recognize I'd say okay, here you go. Chidi in The Good Place. Okay, there's going to be some counter in the future of how many times we mentioned The Good Place.
So far we're 3 for 3, I think.
You think so? Chidi has gone Chidi when he takes his shirt off. What the fuck? Like that comes out of nowhere. I saw a thing earlier
I
today.
know, right?
Dude, his chat I'm like, you know, I'm like, oh my god, like he hid that, like wow.
I know.
It's respectful. It's respectful, okay, and I'm admiring it. But like that's pretty much the extent of my thought process to it. I saw a thing today. Actually, this is why I wanted to bring up Chidi. Actually, was he would be a good cat. Someone mentioned, I think in the Good Place subreddit, that he would be a good cast for Superman, and that Giancarlo Esposito, Gus from Breaking Bad is how most people probably know him now,
Yeah.
would be like Lex Luthor. But I was like thinking, man, Chidi as Superman, because he just pops the sweatshirt, and that would be a believable Superman to me.
Yeah,
like,
same.
Henry Cavill, that is a man's man. Okay,
Yeah.
that is a dude. Okay,
Also plays World of Warcraft, by the way.
that's what I've heard.
Yeah,
Dude is crazy. Excellent cast. I don't think you could get a better cast for Superman.
Yeah, I mean, he really is. He fits so
But
perfectly.
if you were going to cast a Clark Kent,
yeah,
who turns into Superman, maybe,
yeah.
or maybe, like if I haven't seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but Chidi, if he was someone who like took, I apologize for not noting the name of the actor behind Chidi.
Yeah,
but
same.
if he could convince me as to have like that same sort of Captain America arc where like he comes out like super buff from the chamber and like is massive, I think he could do it.
Also, I want to clarify. I don't just like think about these men all day.
Okay.
I have
you have a ready-made list that goes at least up to 3.
I do. And that's because whenever Autumn and I listened to Denzel, we actually talked about it and chose our top ones. And actually, my top 3 picks are who's the chick that plays Pam Beasley in The Office?
Jenna Fisher.
Jenna Fisher. And another one, something Adams.
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams.
Lois Lane from the Superman movies.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch superhero movies, but Amy Adams.
Really, none? Not even like.
I mean, I've watched some of them, but I don't like superhero movies. But anyway, Jenna Fisher.
Okay. Amy Adams. You're talking about like a redhead kind of looking.
Yeah, and then
she was in Arrival.
I don't know. She was in The Office briefly, and something else. And then Kit Harington. So Autumn's top 3. I forget who her number 2 is. But
no, this is now a hall pass list.
Yes, it is.
Hall pass.
And Autumn's number 1, I think, she can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it's Gwendolyn Christie.
Okay, Brienne from
Brienne.
Game of Thrones.
We have a Game of Thrones thing, I guess.
Really?
But she loves Brienne.
She is a boss ass bitch.
Yes, she is. And
respectfully.
Gwendolyn Christie's her number 1. I don't remember who her number 2 is, but her number 3 is Chidi.
Excellent choices.
She adored Chidi.
Can't go wrong with these choices.
Yeah. So
I think, and this is me, I think Kristen Bell was the best. I have a crush on Kristen Bell. She looks awesome.
Kristen, really?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she's really pretty. But
actually,
she wouldn't be in my top. Probably not my top 5, or maybe even 10.
I don't think about the list. I just go, like, yeah, okay, she's great. But the best looking character is, of course, my boy Jason. This dude is like shred. He is cut. That motherfucker. Shout out my fellow Filipino. This dude is he could be a model, and I would not be surprised.
So do you want to move on to the next topic?
Yeah, let's move on. Let's get off of this topic. So the next topic, okay, as you've guessed by now, and guessing from the title of what will be this episode's title, is HomOwnership. Okay, so we talked about owning, being a bro homie, a homosexual, perhaps.
Homosexual. I've heard that a lot.
Eric has mentioned that to me.
He has, yeah.
He asked if I wanted to play with the homosexuals.
Yeah.
Recently, but I couldn't play.
I think that's actually all of his gay friends, though.
Which is an excellent name for that.
It is.
It is fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
And I would join as a homie. We're switching to Joe actually actively purchasing a house.
Yeah, for the first time ever. First time homeowner here. Well, not yet. Maybe not at all. Still waiting to hear back.
I don't know how much we'll convert. Joe literally had to stop the podcast to do some home ownership.
Yeah.
Type shit.
So I'll give a brief backstory.
Yeah, let's hear it. Explain.
I'm not going to mention any company names or anything like that, but
okay.
My wife and I are both graduating from college this weekend.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's about time.
Is it this weekend?
Yeah.
It is about time.
I'm not walking. I'm using one of my COVID passes to go see her walk. I'm just sitting in the in the bleachers.
I don't think you have to use a COVID pass. I think you're invited to your own graduation.
Yeah, but to walk. So I'm using a COVID pass. So, we're graduating this weekend. I got a job offer a few months ago, and she got accepted to a grad school. And so the job offer is actually for a company that's a couple blocks away from her grad school.
Right.
And so it worked out perfectly. So we have 3 dogs and a cat. We looked for about a month for apartments until we realized we're going to have to give at least 1 animal away, probably 2.
If you were to rent.
If we were to rent. And renting is about $1,500 a month.
Right.
Not including insurance and utilities. So, which that would have fit into our budget, barely, but it would have. And so we were kind of panicking. Didn't want to have to leave 2 animals behind with my parents.
Yeah, because then you'd have to like choose, and
right.
Terrible.
I mean, we chose already, but
you had your list. This is the one I dislike the most.
Well, I mean, we have 3 dogs and a cat. We were aiming to not split up the dogs because they're all best friends.
Okay, I enjoy that description.
And the cat is kind of a loner. She barely lets us touch her.
Right.
And so my little brother wanted a cat, so we were going to give him our cat. And then the new dog was going to be the one that have to fucking go.
Jesus.
But that's why we actually ended up looking into buying a house, was so that we didn't have to get rid of any of the animals.
So I like how instead of committing, I like how for your dogs you're committing to a house instead of maybe temporarily housing them with someone else. Well, and I'm assuming you're probably just going to stick around until Autumn finishes what she's pursuing. Is Autumn going for a master's, or
she's going for a master's? Yeah.
Okay, I thought she was going for a PhD.
Or
she might go for.
There's another college really close that she's planning on going to a PhD afterwards.
I see.
So we started.
So it is a long term.
Yes, and we went up there last weekend, and we love the area. It's such a beautiful area.
It's an upgrade, isn't it?
It's a massive upgrade.
I know the area you're talking about, and I've been there a few times myself. And coming from Northern Virginia, that area is considered sort of Southern Virginia, and it's not. Once you've been to Southern Virginia,
not.
It is. It's closer than anyone from Nova has seen, but it is not the South. It is not
at all.
It's not really that close to at least what I've experienced and what Joe's experienced.
But so we've been looking for houses for the past couple months and trying to find a lender. And we went with our first lender was someone from like a first-time homeowners program through the housing department.
Okay.
I thought that was our only option. And so we were going with them, and they were, government employee. They were so fucking slow. And it was going to be at least mid-June before we could even get pre-approved. And which is insane. So they said we could go ahead and start looking at houses, and we got pre-approved for $170,000. And so we started looking at houses. Literally every house within 50 miles of the area was. And by the way, because of the loan, we couldn't get a house in any of the big cities that were surrounding us. It had to be outside the city. Every fucking one of them was an absolute dump.
I'm sorry, so it was tied. The loan was tied to the city.
So
like a 50 mile.
It's a USDA loan, and they just have very strict requirements on where you can buy a house, and what house you can buy. So, we ended up applying for a few other loans, and by we I mean me, because my wife's credit isn't the best. Actually, her credit's pretty good. It's her debt to income ratio.
Why don't we just say she's an English major?
She is an English major.
Whereas Joe, you majored in
computer science.
Right. Which I find very amusing because I also majored in CS. So yes. I don't know. You just kind of have to kind of take your digs to other majors, don't you?
A little. I mean, I pick on her all the time for this stuff.
Oh, you gotta.
But we looked at a few houses, or excuse me, we looked at other loans, and we got one through Quicken Loans,
right?
Who is a national lender. They gave us a pretty good loan deal at. It was an FHA loan at 3.5% down payment, also at $170,000, and everyone said I was more than qualified to be pre-approved for this stuff. They said I could go way higher if I wanted to. But to keep our monthly payment fairly low, that's about what we went for. And so that's when we learned the housing market
is fucked up.
Absolutely insane right now.
It's not a buyer's market.
No, it's a seller's market. It is absolutely insane. Specifically in the areas we were looking, there's a massive problem.
It's worldwide. It's worldwide right now.
I know, but like specifically in our area that we were looking at, there's a problem of people from Northern Virginia coming down with just cash.
Straight cash, homie.
And they offer straight cash at like $20,000 over the asking price. Plus waiving inspections and all the other shit, and so that they can close within a few days.
Yeah, big money.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And so we can't compete. Almost every house that was worth a shit was right at $170,000. So,
and you have to go over, and there's all these extra costs and everything.
And so
my experience is house hunter, so I'm hoping to learn. I don't know if I'll buy, but yeah, go on, Joe.
We got a real estate agent. I was iffy about it at first, but thank God we did, dude. He's magnificent, and he's been working his ass off for us, and we so appreciate him. But we went to see one of the houses in a town because we could get it with the FHA loan.
Right.
Wasn't restricted to outside of city limits. And it had popped up like 2 days before we went to see it. And
jeez, and like this is quick. This is all a quick turnaround.
Right. And so we made a trip up there, and whenever we got to the house, it was okay. Like it was kind of cute, but we didn't think it was worth $170,000. And it was kind of like a shitty neighborhood. Like not trashy neighborhood or anything, just not well laid out. We had to share a driveway with a neighbor. And a bunch of other shit. It was shitty. But the day before we were going up to see this house, the house that we really wanted that had gone under contract relisted. And so I texted, Autumn busted my room at 9:00. This is actually when we were playing Devour, by the way.
Okay. I don't know if I remember this.
Autumn busted in my room and was like, it relisted. And so I texted our realtor and I was like, hey, can you get us a showing by any chance, like tomorrow? And he was like, give me a minute. And so I said, okay. And he got back to me like 10 minutes later and he said, we got a showing at 3:00 tomorrow. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And so we saw that first kind of shitty house. And then we went to this house, and me and Autumn just fell in love with it.
You love it. Oh, that's excellent. That's awesome to hear.
Yes. And we love the town that it's in. It's so cute. It has so many wineries and breweries around it. And
hopefully in walking distance of those.
Walking distance within 2 of the breweries. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And it's about 20 minutes from my job and her college.
Oh, dude, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. And
you're currently closing right now.
Trying to. We are $20,000 over budget.
Oh my god!
All right, I mean, excuse me. The house is $20,000 under our budget. We are $20,000 over their asking price. We haven't bid that much over.
Okay.
But we could go up to that if we needed to. But it had been on the market for like 50 some days, which is crazy right now.
Yeah.
And so we're like, there's something wrong with it. Well, it's in a floodplain. And so the last buyers backed out because they had a national lender and they were going to make them get some absurd amount of insurance, like $6,000 a year or something.
That is insane.
Which is about $500 a month. And so they told us before they'd even look at our contract, we had to go with a local lender.
Mm-hmm.
They recommended one. They said we could get pre-approved in 24 hours. I applied online. The lady got back to me almost immediately and asked me for a couple more documents, and I sent them to her. And she was like, "You're pre-approved." And I was like, "God damn right, dude." And then we had to get flood insurance. We got quoted. The first 3 quotes were like $2,000 a year, which not bad. It's like 150 a month or something.
But that in and of itself, that sucks.
Yeah. And then we got finally got one for $800 a year, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And so we've been trying to close with them. They're negotiating pre-contract, which is weird as fuck. But we just signed the contract. That's why I had to stop the podcast earlier, was to sign the contract and just sent it to them. And my real estate agent just texted me and said that he's hoping that we hear back from them in the morning. They said that they just got another offer, but apparently it's the same as what we offered them, but they haven't done the local lender and flood insurance shit yet, which that took us a total of about 5 days to do. And so they said our offer is much more enticing right now. So hoping we hear back.
And what is my room going to look like in your house?
Autumn has a walk-in closet.
Okay, so I'm getting the Harry Potter suite.
Yes. You can sleep in there.
At least it won't be under the stairs, presumably.
There's also space under the stairs if you prefer.
Well, I'm not saying I want the Harry Potter suite. I'm just saying.
And it's a Victorian style home.
So you have to like win something?
Huh? What?
A victory style home.
Victorian.
Right. That's what you call it, winner, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? Laugh track?
I'll add a laugh track in there.
Thanks.
So it's very old and spooky looking. It was built in 1906. Renovated in 1997.
Okay.
But the outside is very spooky looking, and we really love it for that, and because we love Halloween. And we wanted to get a wrought iron fence around it.
Oh my gosh.
And I told my mother, because we're going to put a fence around it anyway for our dogs.
Right.
But I told my mother that we wanted a wrought iron fence, and Mom went, "Oh, that would look beautiful there, but it'll cost you about $80,000.
Oh my god.
I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, we were trying to get a quote for a wrought iron fence around our house, and it was about $80,000. I went, "Jesus Christ!"
So it's a bit, and it's livable, and you want to put in some like tender, loving care, right?
Right. It is a little bit of a fixer upper, but honestly, in this
Who
market,
isn't?
Right. I mean, honestly, we all are a little bit, but in this market, we really can't get a newly renovated house. There's no fucking way. And so the only way, and all of our friends who have bought houses recently all bought houses that need some renovation.
So are you a handyman kind of person? Are you going to be?
I'm not on the level of my dad. My dad is like a woodworker, and he did most of the shit to our house. And by the way,
I mean, that is a big advantage being a woodworker.
Now, Autumn's mom and dad and my mom and dad have both bought houses that were total gut jobs and renovated them. So it's really in our blood. It was destined to happen.
Okay.
But like my dad is a big handyman. He loves fixing houses. My parents own like 5 or 6 houses or some shit.
Oh my god!
And they've renovated every single one of them. They buy them up for rental property. They're actually part of the problem, right now. But they buy them up for rental property and they completely renovate them. That's my dad's favorite thing to do. And so I have some of his like natural talents. How about this?
Are you looking forward to doing that?
I actually am. I'm really looking forward to it.
We'll ask you once you're in the house as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm like I said, I don't have like my dad's experience, but I have some of his natural talent that I inherited from him. I
Like
have a
being
lot
able
to
to cut a block of wood.
yes, no, but like I mean, being able to fix things. I am
Okay.
pretty good at fixing things around the house, even if I have no experience with it. I can fuck around with it for a little bit and then completely figure it out and then fix it. And so I just need to get some experience with actual renovations. And my mom and dad they said they're planning on helping us. We have to bankroll it, but they're planning on helping us
Get
with
that
some of the
free labor.
renovations.
Get that labor.
Yeah.
Give them like the guest room will be like the shitty room, and say like, we'll get whatever you guys want to turn this into your guest room. And there you go. That's one less room for you to do.
Yeah, so the house is technically 4-bedroom, two
Right.
bath. Uh I think they're counting one of the bedrooms, or I think they're counting the living room as one of the bedrooms,
Really?
because
Is it
the
okay?
exact room right up above the living room is the master bedroom.
Okay.
And then two of the other bedrooms are Autumn's office and my office.
Right.
So it's technically 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but still 2-bath. And dude, literally every fucking house that we looked at that was new and renovated that was around $170,000 was 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and a fraction of
Hey,
the
okay.
size of this house. This house is actually kind of fucking big.
So I really enjoy. I saw a tweet from Autumn she said something like, "I want to live in a spooky house," and she
Yeah. Yeah.
tweeted a picture of your spooky house. And I
Yes.
also feel like that. I don't think I would want to live in that house.
Why?
It's spooky.
Oh, dude. We
I'm
asked the
spooked.
real estate agent. I
How many
whenever we
kids
were
have
there.
died in that house?
Well,
How many has it eaten?
I went over to him and I was like, "Hey, is this house haunted?" And he went, "I don't think I can legally say." And
What's going on in
and
that
he's
house?
like, "But I mean, you can think that, I guess." And I said, "Well, the last lady who lived here, who we're buying it from, bought it a year ago, and she's selling it now. So I like to think that she got scared out by the ghost." And
And
he
you
laughed
want
and he was like, "That is one way to interpret that. Yeah."
okay.
She
Well,
got married. That's why she moved. By the way,
uh well,
still hoping there's a ghost
that's
though.
not in my head canon though.
Yeah, we're still hoping that there's a ghost.
Really? I
Yeah, dude.
hate I don't like that.
I
I don't
love spooky stuff.
personally I don't want to be I think I hate the handyman kind of stuff. I hate that shit. I don't
Really?
want to fix anything. I'd rather someone like I call someone and I don't have to think about it. I picked this up from my dad, and he he would tell about how, when you're a kid and you like break your toys. So I would
Yeah.
like bring it up. Dad, can you fix this? And he hated that. He hated that because he could never fix the toys. He was so
My dad
bad
was
at
the
it.
exact opposite. I'm like, "Dad, can you fix this?" And Dad would have it fixed in a
No,
matter of
no, no.
minutes.
My dad could. I don't think he wasn't blessed with that sort of ability, and he grew up in sort of this blue collar, and he was he grew up in a blue collar sort of environment, and he was by far the worst person at it, and he's passed that on to me. I just dread. I don't want to fix anything. I hate even getting things like I hate getting my car like taking it to the shop and stuff. Like I just
Oh
dread
yeah,
it.
same.
I just can't imagine like I like the idea of being able to call someone up and like you're renting from someone, you call them up and you're like, can like the water's not working, like, and then
Yeah,
that's all I have to do.
I
Like
mean that's
I'm
one of the perks of renting for sure.
oh
But
yeah.
also like you can't customize your apartment the way you want it. Honestly, owning your own house is just like real world Minecraft, except a lot more expensive and a lot more time consuming.
Okay.
But
Uh
like honestly, we could rip out any wall we wanted, put up walls to make new rooms, whatever we want. We can do that, and
but then
it'll take a
this
lot of
is the
work, but
problem. That's the problem.
yeah, but
You'd have to do
you
it.
can
I
make
don't
it
want to do it.
completely your own. And if we work on some of the stuff that the house needs, and like fix it up and put some of our own money into it, it's going to be
Right.
worth a lot more later.
That's true. That's true. But this is what I don't like. I don't like that. I don't want to. I don't. I am not huge into like making a place of my own. I am fine with like white walls. Like that does not bother me
Yeah.
so much.
You
Like
probably also have sex in the missionary position.
that doesn't bother me as much as anyone. Like I don't know why that would. I understand why that would bother people. Like I add slowly. Like, but that would not be my first concern. Is like putting decorations up or anything. Like that
Well,
would
our
not
first
bother
concern
me.
is fixing the downstairs bathroom and the roof.
Well, the roof that makes sense, and the bathroom also makes sense. But but I mean, making the place my own, I don't really.
I mean, it's going to be years in the making. And
Right.
we love it as is. I should say that. We
You did say it. You did
love
say
it as is. And it's honestly completely livable as is
it.
for
Right.
quite a while. But we do want to go ahead while we have some money. We want to go ahead and make some of the simpler fixes and changes, like the bathroom downstairs. It needs a little. The tub is shit, and the tile around it's broken. So we need to do that first, so that we can guarantee we will always have at least one bathroom completely functional.
Right. Or you're gonna
And
have to join the dogs.
right. And then, like, later on, we're going to start doing some other stuff. Probably start replacing some plumbing here and there, replacing some wiring here and there, replacing oven, whatever, and then fencing, so on and so forth.
Mm.
So, but, we don't have a lot of money right now, so we can't do it all right now. And we kind of got to fucking get up there real quick for Autumn to be able to go to grad school.
Oh, that's true too.
So we don't have much time to
Is it in person
completely.
for her?
I don't know, actually. That's
No, I mean that would depend on your quickness having to get there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my offices also open up at the end of summer.
Right.
It's supposed to. Don't know if it actually
In
will.
theory.
In
Yeah.
theory, it's supposed to open near the end of summer, and so I'd like to be up there for that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, it's been the most stressful time of my life. My parents pointed out that I have a lot more gray hair right now.
You have gray hair?
Yeah.
I like gray hair. I think I would not mind going gray.
Yeah, I mean, Autumn loves it. I don't mind it for sure. But like I mentioned this to you before the podcast. I've never had this much trouble sleeping before. I've woken up so many times at night, and I will tonight because they sent them the contract, and it's 11:30 at night, so they probably won't sign it until tomorrow
I should
morning.
text you like the house was accepted. They accepted like somebody else's offer. Oh, I would enjoy that.
Yeah, see, I've had dreams every single night about them taking someone else's offer, and then they just got another offer. So
You're
tonight's gonna be a
manifesting
rough
it.
night.
Oh my god. So manifesting is kind of a word that is picking up steam. It's like sheesh. It's it's like sort of the other words, and it's kind of picking up with recently. There, I keep seeing all these references to like astrology.
Yeah,
I hate that shit. I don't. I think people know, right, that it's like made up and like bullshit, but I just keep seeing it constantly, and I love the word manifest. Like it just, but I feel like it's being ruined by like, you're such a Pisces. You're manifesting. I hate. I see it for like a second before like I scroll away or like read something else or like immediately turn it off or whatever. But I can't escape it,
yeah,
and I just hate that.
yeah. Same.
And today I was trying to make fun of Joe, and I called Joe a Taurus, and Joe was coming back at me and called me a Gemini.
Yeah,
And maybe it is the star signs or something, the moon sign, because we were both. I assume we were both guessing, and we got it
yeah,
right.
yeah. I don't know anything about any of the signs except for my own,
How
because
can you
people will
know
be like,
anything? How can you know anything? It's all made up.
you're such a Taurus, and I'm like,
That's the
okay, what does
worst.
that even mean? And they're like, you're stubborn. I'm like, okay, yeah, but it's not because of the fucking stars.
You're stubborn like a bull, like a Taurus.
Right.
And I'm like a double because I'm a Gemini twin. Huh? Yeah.
I
That's
don't
why
even
I'm
know
an
what that means.
a Gemini. It's because I took astrology. No, I took astronomy. No, I took astronomy, and we literally like looked at the constellation Gemini, and it's the
Gotcha.
twin constellation, and we looked at the Big Dipper, etc. That's why. That's the only reason I know what Gemini is, not because I take
Gotcha.
astrology. Should we read our horoscope?
Sure.
Someone
And
was telling me about it, and they're like, I don't know which one to listen to. They're all different. It's like, well, it's kind of the problem with the system, isn't it?
we'll actually wrap up today's episode with reading our horoscopes.
Okay, Joe, you read both of ours. How about that?
Okay.
My keyboard's too clicky.
Okay, it has a lot of information.
Yeah, why don't you? We did a personality test episode.
Okay, all right. I guess it gives a short summary.
Okay.
For me, Taurus, on Wednesday, May 5th, that's the day of recording.
Way to date the episode.
Yeah, day of recording. Lean into your desire for a fresh start today, Taurus. The universe is imploring you to be radically honest with your most pressing wants and needs. Your ruling planet, relationship building Venus, finds herself forming.
I knew your relationship was built by Venus, of course.
Yeah, I know. It's so me. Finds herself forming a supportive and powerful alignment with transformative Pluto.
That's right.
This energy offers you an ideal opportunity to heal old wounds and make powerful forward movements that concern your independence, like buying a house.
Yeah, so this is where we have to say, oh, well, right. The great opportunity must be buying a house. It's not like someone has an opportunity like every so often, like every day they think of something new.
All right, you ready for yours, Gemini?
I'm ready. Maybe I'm not ready.
All right, you're ready. Don't rest on your laurels today, Gemini. You're ready to make moves and see things through on the career front as the soulful Pisces moon aligns with energetic Mars. This energy drives you to action and helps you maintain stamina towards personal objects. Elsewhere, lover Venus aligns with healing Pluto, offering a moment to acknowledge.
We're getting the same alignment of the planets. My alignments aren't the same.
Offering a moment to acknowledge relationship wounds that are in need of tending to.
So me and all other Geminis. So Trey is also a Gemini, and he must be feeling the exact same way.
And Merc is also a Taurus.
Oh, so what? Well, I don't know.
He's also a Taurus.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, he is.
Okay,
I remember he is.
I believe you.
Yeah. So that'll wrap up today's episode.
Tell us your star sign, and we'll judge you. Actually, please don't.
Right.
We want the fire Instagram. Yeah. Oh, please give us the. I called Joe an aquarium today.
Yeah.
Please. How did you misinterpret Gemini? Leah Remini, Gemini. Anyway.
Thank you to everyone who's given us feedback as usual. Sammy, Merc, Trey. Big thanks to Eric, our marketing manager, our unofficial intern marketing manager.
Yeah, unpaid intern as of yet, apparently.
As of right now.
Right.
Once he actually starts doing more work, we'll
yeah, once you get work, we'll pay you. How about that? How about that for a business opportunity, huh? Anyone?
Have any of your friends got back to you
yet? No, I haven't heard anything from Sammy, Trey, or Eric, or Merc.
Yeah.
So, no one gets a shout out.
That's all the thanks then. Thank you all for all of our listeners. We greatly appreciate the 50 download mark.
50!
If you're trying to catch any of our socials, they are listed in the show description. And thank you for listening.
Bye.